Don't buy a house.
Wait, what? You own a house. You're a millionaire. And you're telling me not to buy one?
Sit down. I'm going to ruin a TikTok myth for you. The one where renting is throwing your money away?
I mean, it is though, right? Everybody says that. That's just true.
Is it? Get your calculator.
Okay, here's my whole thing. Everybody my age is panicking. You buy now or you get priced out forever. My rent is $2,200 a month. That's $26,000 a year. Gone. I never see it again.
All right. Keep talking.
When you buy, every payment builds equity. And equity just means the part of the place that's actually yours, not the bank's. It goes up every month. Renting builds you nothing. So how is that not throwing money away?
Let me ask you something. How long you lived in that apartment?
About a year and a half.
And the one before that?
2 years, maybe, something like that.
So, in 4 years, you've moved 3 times.
For jobs, Pops. That's not my fault.
I'm not blaming you. I'm telling you that's the whole ball game. I bought one house in '78. I still live in it. That's the only reason buying worked for me. Sit tight. By the time we're done, you'll have a number. Your number. Whether buying would cost you more than renting today. Then you decide, not some app.
Okay, but that doesn't touch the equity thing. At the end, you own a house. I own a stack of rent receipts.
True, if you stay. A little word's gonna do a lot of work today. Get the whiteboard. This won't fit on a napkin.
Wait, you own a whiteboard?
Helen bought it for the grandkids. 2 columns. Rent on one side, buy on the other. Every dollar, I'm gonna show you where it really goes. Rent on the left, buy on the right. And I'm gonna fill in the stuff nobody puts on the whiteboard for you.
Fine, but I'm fighting you the whole way down.
Good. Move your grandmother's coffee first before you knock it over again. Hand me that marker. Here's the part nobody says out loud. When you buy, a big chunk of your money also disappears. It just disappears quietly, so it feels like it's working.
Disappears where, though? It's a house, not a slot machine.
Property tax, for one. That's a tax you pay the local government every single year, based on what your house is worth. Builds you nothing, and it never stops. I paid my house off in '90. Still write that check every year.
Wait, forever? Even after the mortgage is dead and gone?
Forever. Then maintenance, the roof, the water heater, the AC that quits in July, then insurance. None of that turns into equity. That's rent, son. You're renting from the roof and the tax man instead of a landlord.
Come on, though. Maintenance isn't every year at full price. You stack in worst case to win the argument.
Some years it's nothing. Then one January the furnace quits and it's $6,000 in an afternoon. You don't get to pick the year, so you set aside for it every year. That's the honest way to count it. And here's the biggest one. It's the money that isn't there. You put a down payment down, that cash is frozen in the walls. Whatever it could have earned somewhere else, that's the real cost. Fancy name for it is opportunity cost.
Okay, but that's not a real cost. That's imaginary money. I didn't actually lose anything.
It's not imaginary. That's the whole trap. Opportunity cost is the best thing you gave up to do this one. You didn't lose the down payment. You lost everything it could have quietly turned into somewhere else. That still counts. It always counts.
All right. Put real numbers on it. I've actually been looking. There's a condo near me. $350,000.
Okay. And how much can you actually put down?
Realistically, 5%. So around 17,500.
Well, here's your first surprise. Put less than 20% down, the bank charges you PMI, private mortgage insurance. It's insurance you pay for that protects the bank, not you. If you stop paying, it covers them. You buy it for them every month.
Yeah, that is genuinely insulting.
It's the price of a small down payment. Couple hundred a month gone. And you're in Austin. Property tax runs close to 2%. On a $350 condo, that's $7,000 a year. Almost $600 a month before a dollar touches the house.
$600 a month? Just in tax?
And maintenance. Figure 1% of the house a year. Another $3,500. And look at your mortgage bill in the early years. Almost all of it is interest. That's the rent you pay the bank just for the loan. Barely any of it touches the part you actually own. Add it all up, and in the first few years, you could be burning close to what you already pay in rent, with your cash frozen on top. And the day you sign, you hand over another 10, 15 grand in closing costs. The toll just to walk in the door. You pay again on the way out when you sell. Never see a dime of it back.
That cannot be right. Do the rent side. Prove it.
Rent. 26 grand a year. Gone. Yes. But your 17,000 stays yours. It stays in the market. And you can leave in 30 days when the next job calls you to Denver.
Okay, give me to me clean. What's my actual all-in if I buy?
Rough it out. Your loan payment, whatever that runs, plus $600 a month in tax, plus $300 in maintenance, plus insurance, and plus that PMI. Now, a good slice of that, the tax, the upkeep, the interest, the PMI, never becomes yours. That part's your buy-side rent. Compare that whole pile to your $2,200. That's the number nobody ever puts in front of you.
And if the buy-side rent is higher than my actual rent?
And for right now, today, renting's the cheaper roof. Could change in 5 years, but today, it's not close.
Quick thing, if this math's stressing you out, wait till you see the $400 I dropped on meme stocks. Pops does not blink for a full 3 seconds. That one's coming. Okay, back to it.
What are you telling them over there?
Nothing, Pops. Keep going. Okay, now I fight back. 1, rent goes up every single year. My mortgage would be fixed, locked in. In 15 years, my rent could be $4,000 a month. And the guy who bought, still paying the note he signed today.
That one, I don't have a comeback for, and I've looked. Over 30 years, rent can climb till it chokes you, while that owner's payment turns into a joke by the end. You're right, flat out. That one's a clean win for buying.
2, at the very end, the buyer owns a house worth something real. I own a shoebox of receipts. That's not nothing.
Also true. If you stay, there's that word again. The math flips the longer you're in there. First few years, renting can win easy. And around 5, 7 years, buying pulls ahead. Rents climbed, the interest shrunk, and now you're building the part that's yours.
Okay, but here's my real one. If I rent and I'm supposed to invest the difference, Pops, I'm not gonna. I'll spend it. But a mortgage makes me build wealth whether I feel like it or not. That's forced savings.
That's the best reason you've given me, and I mean it. If the honest truth is you'll just spend the difference, then a house is a piggy bank you can't smash. That's real. I'll only say one thing back. Try automating that transfer first. See if you even need a mortgage standing over you to make it happen.
Okay, so it's not rent bad, buy good. It's how long I'm going to be there and whether I trust myself.
It's how long. That's the whole answer. Everybody's screaming, buy or rent like it's a personality. That's a question about your next 5 years, not your soul.
Let me tell you about my house. 78. $32,000. People thought I was nuts, paying extra to kill the mortgage in 12 years. Paid it off in 90.
See, that's the dream, though. That's exactly what I want.
Here's what nobody notices. It wasn't that I bought. It's that I never left. 48 years, same house. Helen planted a tree out back in '81, taller than the roof now. My equity didn't come from being clever. It came from sitting still while that loan ran out.
And the house is what made you a millionaire.
No, and this is the part I really need you to hear. The house just gave me a paid-off place to sleep. The million came from that boring index fund, a fund that quietly owns a little slice of the whole market. I fed it every month for 30-some years. If I'd frozen all that cash in a bigger, fancier house, I'd have a nicer kitchen and a whole lot less money.
Damn. Okay. I hear you.
The house was a home. It was never the plan.
Okay, so how do I actually decide? Give me something I can use tonight.
I'm not going to tell you buy or rent. I'll tell you how I'd think it through. 3 questions. 1, how long am I really staying? Under 5 years? Renting's probably winning. 10 plus and I love the place? Buying's got a shot.
Okay, so what's number 2?
Can I put the money down without wiping out my emergency fund? The cash that's there for when life breaks? Buying leaves me 0 cushion? The answer's no. Doesn't matter how sweet the deal looks. A house won't fix your car when it dies in a lot.
Fair enough. And what's 3?
Run the real cost, not just the mortgage. The mortgage plus tax plus maintenance plus insurance plus the PMI if you're under 20 down. Set that whole thing against your rent, plus whatever that down payment could have grown into. Smaller number wins. And it is completely fine if that number turns out to be rent. Renting isn't failing. It's just renting.
Yeah, but that's easy for you to say. Every friend I've got is buying. I run a number and rent 1 more year. I'm the guy who fell behind. That's a real feeling, Pops.
I know it is, and that exact feeling is what makes people overpay for a house they'll leave in 3 years. Fell behind who? The math doesn't care who your friends are. Money decisions ought to be calm. It's the panic that costs you. And here's the thing I gotta say to you straight. My whole playbook, buy young, stay forever, pay it off, I bought when a house cost about 3 times what a working man made in a year. Now it's 7, 8 times that in a lot of places. Probably worse where you are.
Yeah, it really is brutal out there right now.
So I honestly don't know if my exact path even works the same for you, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend it does. The math I just taught you, that still holds, but just go buy a house like I did? I'm not sure a young person even can anymore. And anybody who's real sure about it is selling you something.
That's the first time I've ever heard you say you're not sure.
Getting older. You learn what you don't know. Renting isn't throwing money away. Panic is.
So run your own number before you let anybody rush you into the biggest check of your life. Next time, Pops walks me through the one form at my job I ignored for 2 whole years, and the free money I threw away doing it. It's a 4% match, and I still barely get it. Subscribe so you don't leave yours just sitting there, too. See you then.